Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses, and this is Past, Present and Future by Daphne Daniels, an article taken from Rosicrucian Digest, Volume 19, Number 1, February 1941. Past, Present and Future by Daphne Daniels. To the philosopher who is a profound student of the abstract, there is no such thing as time and space. There is no past and there is no future. All is the now, the eternal now. The average man, as he goes about his daily life, is very likely to challenge such a statement on the part of the philosopher, for he is looking at the situation from a much more practical point of view. He knows that he lived yesterday, that he lives today, and he hopes and expects to live tomorrow. To him, therefore, there must be a past, a present, and a future. It is this objective phase of man's mind that most of us can grasp and with which we try to solve our daily problems. Recognizing that man can recall conditions and experiences that represent the past as separated from the present, and that he can visualize and plan for the morrow, it behooves him to evaluate the worth of these states and see which one demands the most consideration, or whether each has its place in helping man in the development of both personality and character in this earthly life. It might be profitable to cite a few examples of the individuals whose whole lives are lived exclusively in just one of these phases of our existence. This will help us to see whether we can profit by their experiences. Personally, I cannot think of any more annoying, aggravating, and distressing person to live with from day to day than the individual who says that things were different in my day with an air of scorn for all that is modern. This attitude of mind is unfortunately the viewpoint of many of the older generation, though by no means exclusively so. But with the memories of their own childhood and youth, they hark back to the good old days with a false notion that in that period only the right things were done. They constantly forget that the world progresses, and that they themselves in youth were accused of just the same modern ideas as they now accuse their own children or grandchildren of having. These individuals cheat themselves of the joys and contentment that the achievements of science in its many ramifications have made available. Then there are those individuals who say that only the present is important. Live for today is the cry, for tomorrow we die. First, we are a little prone to agree that their philosophy is sound, but I contend that this is just as false a way of life as is the individuals who live in the past or in the future. These persons have no consideration for the achievements of the great thinkers and workers of the past, forgetting entirely that our civilization today is the result of the researches and the unstinting labors of the generations who pioneered before us. They seek only to enjoy what life offers today and contribute nothing to the future either for themselves or for mankind. They are the individuals who can budget neither time, money, nor effort. Their youth is spent in the mad whirl of getting a thrill, and with old age they cry that life was unfair. Since the world owes no one anything, each must be responsible for his present as well as his future. He who squanders his talents and abilities, his time and his money today cannot expect to have a storehouse of wealth tomorrow. Finally, there is the individual who lives only in the future. He may be a religious zealot who ignores the importance of the body and life on this earthly plane in the false belief that this mortal existence does not count, or he may be simply the individual who bends all his energies to amassing a fortune to enjoy when he can retire. Need I cite the hundreds of misers who saved and stinted, denying themselves every pleasure in life only to die before enjoying one single luxury, to prove the error of this type of philosophy? The individual who builds up such habits of hoarding rarely ever enjoys any luxury, even if he lives to an age when he can retire. The time never comes in his consciousness when he can spend freely for himself or anyone else. His future takes on the miserly aspect of his present or his past when it actually materializes. Only by properly combining the virtues and correctly correlating the past, the present, and the future can we enjoy the fullest measure of happiness and contentment. With an understanding of what each contributes to the sum total of man's existence, we shall be qualified to give credit to our forebears, profit by our own past mistakes, enjoy the pleasures of the present, and plan greater happiness for the future. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment, and if you can, Please consider donating to Wars of the Roses. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.